Well, hello.
Hello. We're on our holidays. We're on a different bench.
Yes, we're a different bench today. We're at All Saints, which is our church, and it's lovely to welcome you all.
We've got a big road to cross there.
I know, it's a bit scary, isn't it? That's what you can probably hear. It's a bit different, isn't it?
To the traffic in the background. Yeah.
But it's interesting, isn't it? Because both of us have probably recently celebrated anniversaries of our churches.
We have.
We
were last year. The year before was 375.
Yeah. Well, we're sort of nearly 130, which is getting there.
The interesting thing, though, is All Saints isn't a permanent building, is it? Is that?
Well, when it was built originally, I don't know whether people realise that. I think I'm right in saying there was nothing in Bearsden, and Mulgai was really the big town.
Right, yes, that's right.
And I think really Bearsden took off because, as so often happens, the railway.
That's right, and that's the name came because of Bearsden. The house closest to the station was called Bearsden, and so the whole town eventually became Bearsden.
You learn something every day.
Yeah, but it is interesting, though, that the idea of a church building being temporary is exactly what we should be doing. I mean, Kilpatrick's so permanent. Yeah, it's the whole story, the whole kind of faith story thing, isn't it? It's all about travelling and moving on and never settling into a rut. Anywhere.
I don't know that they knew what they were doing. I find that rather exciting that somebody had this vision. Well, for both our churches.
Sure, absolutely.
They had this vision of building a place, and what we've been looking at in our Bible studies, and certainly in the parables, Jesus went out with compassion and met people at their point of need.
Exactly
and
where
this
they
is
were.
so often why churches were built. And I think this was built with the idea that there'd be something better further along the line. And here we are, you know.
So,
we're pretty much still standing.
Yeah. We all are, just and no more. But is that something then, you know, given the whole way the churches are going, and it's all denominations are the same, we're really coming at this existential moment of what it means to be church. And all the permanence is no longer reliable anymore, and so we have to reimagine ourselves, which I find a really exciting thing to do.
Yes.
It's exhausting, but it's exciting.
When I was down in Sussex, there was a big sort of movement to have church in other places, not just the inside the building. Yeah. And I know amazingly, one of the most successful outreaches on a Sunday was going to car boot sales.
Oh, really?
And their car boot was sort of opened up, and it was the church.
Communion
and people gathered.
Yes,
yeah.
What a brilliant
and I thought
idea.
that really is meeting
idea.
people where they are, you know, not stuck. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Please don't think, neither of us are trying to get rid of us. Well, or are we?
No. That's another discussion and another bench.
But it's interesting, isn't it, that we needn't feel so glued to the building. There are lots of places, you know, and you even, when you're here, you know, that way, folks, is the Bearsden Hub and this huge car park, and you think to yourself, maybe we should be there on a Sunday
well,
or whatever. Because you'd be heard and seen.
And so many of our stories are about people travelling, and whenever they find these special spaces, holy places, you know, they put down a cairn of some kind or an altar, etc. So the place is dotted with all these special thin Celtic places, if you want. You know, it's all very much out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out there.
And there's loads of places. When I was on the Isle of Man, you had the keels, which were just sort of built for people to be at and pray at, and they were out there. They weren't inside.
We were up in Stornoway a couple of years ago, and the Callanish Stones. You know, how old is that?
Yes.
And we would call it pagan or whatever, but it's still a holy place. You still feel the presence there. You know,
it's true.
It's just it goes through all the ages. I just find it fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose holy buildings were built in spaces where, well, I don't know if yours was just a wee plot of land there, we'll build a church there, etc. But I'm sure in Kilpatrick there's been something there for millennia. It's been a holy site of some kind for someone, and the whole area therefore is holy. And therefore we build these special spaces thinking we've trapped God.
Yes.
We've got him at last. You know,
but on the other side, what we were saying earlier about somebody had a vision for it.
Yeah.
And I think this land belonged to one of the houses probably, or one of the big, the big places.
Yeah.
And somebody just said, "Do you know what? I'd like you to have that land to build a church." And I think that's enormous vision and trust.
Yeah,
that we can
trust
do it
into the future. It's not just for the moment. It's that's about taking a step into what is completely unknown.
Yes,
and that's really good. Yeah.
And again, it's not sticking inside and sitting there and saying that's our church, that's the worship.
Yeah.
We go in on a Sunday at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right.
And people can hear you because your bells are ringing.
Yes.
And, if that's all church is to people, then we have got it wrong, haven't we?
Exactly.
Maybe we need to look back at the Celts and who were just saying, God is here. God is just above us.
That's
and He's that close, so we don't need to be indoors.
Right.
We can meet God
in
wherever.
all these tissue-thin places and things like that, and which is maybe why we just have to keep touring round the benches.
Well, you did say there was a bench you had in mind where we might go and have an ice cream.
Let's do
which
that.
I thought was a good one. I mean, after the chocolate last week, people were watching last week and they said the only bit you were interested in was when Roddy talked about Thomas teeth.
Keep collecting, please, because we'll need to hashtag Mr. Tummock, I think, and but keep collecting. That's I suppose the crossover again. Finding these unusual places to be sacred and holy and find the story alive. Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you very much for joining us yet again from All Saints Bench.
Yes.
Don't know where we'll be next week.
No. Who knows? Well,
we might have ice cream.
Don't know, but you'll be there.
Anyway, take care. Good to see you. Thanks. Bye.